Hello, Ms. Jacobs. My name is Diana Brown, and I am with the West End Medical Center. I am your assigned community health worker. I just wanted to check in today with you to see how things were going with your diabetes management and to move on to today's topic, which is acute complications. Is it okay if we continue?
Continue by all means.
Okay. So last time we spoke, you told me that you were taking metformin and 20 units of your insulin, and that you were having a little trouble with your insulin pen, but you were doing okay with your metformin.
Correct.
Okay. And so you said that you were willing to try to make adjustments so that you were going to go over to the center and speak with them about possibly getting a different pen. How did everything go with that?
I did, and they're working on it.
Okay, alrighty. So you're really putting in an effort into making sure that you're taking your medicines the way in which you need to take them right now.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you think is going to help you maintain these changes?
The malfunction of the pen was not my fault. And I asked for another class because perhaps nobody showed me how to do it. I just read the directions. Perhaps I'm holding the pen wrong and it won't eject, but working on that.
Okay, so it sounds like you've been trying to make sure that you get the proper instruction on how to use the pen so that you can take your insulin as needed.
That's right.
Okay. Alrighty. So let me know if there's anything that I can do to help. I have access to resources, and if there's anything that you have questions about that I can answer or get further information on, by all means, let me know, because that's why I'm here as your community health worker to help you with your diabetes self-management. What about your blood sugar monitoring? How's that going right now?
That's going very well. I do it 3 times a day.
Okay.
And it's going good.
Okay. So you're currently monitoring your blood sugar 3 times a day. That's great. People that monitor their blood sugars, like you do, tend not to experience the worst effects of diabetes. And how are you able to make monitoring such a priority?
It's just like it's in my daily routine.
Okay. So you found a way to bridge it and add it to your daily lifestyle.
That's right. That's correct.
Okay. Alrighty, so as we've talked about before, monitoring is very important for several reasons. But one is that it can help prevent glycemic emergencies. What has been your experience with very high or very low blood sugars?
I've had experience with very low blood sugar.
Okay.
The symptoms for me, I'm shaking, waking up in a cold sweat, stomach nausea, and it takes me all day to get back to normal. So what I do is I'll drink whatever's available. If I drink a glass of orange juice,
Okay.
I have the glucose tablets. I'll take one of them.
Okay.
And I never take peppermints, but I've had taken a glass of milk.
Okay. So
I
you're
find
taking a
that
glass of
that
milk
helps.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the worst time like for you when your blood sugar went too low?
I woke up when it was too low.
Okay.
That was the worst. I've never did that again since then.
Okay. So you have that one experience with low blood sugar that has really kind of
Imprinted on me.
put an imprint, kind of alarmed you about
Yes.
the what can happen when your blood sugar goes low. Okay. In the past, what have you done? So you say you mentioned the peppermints and the glucose tablets. Is there anything else that you've done when your blood sugar went too low?
No, that was about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was about it.
Okay. Alrighty. So if it's okay, I'd like to share some information with you.
I'm all here.
Okay. Alrighty. So I just wanted to go over with you the signs of very high and very low blood sugar. Some of these you may have, you've kind of already said how you felt with the low blood sugars and what to do when you experience these symptoms, like what to drink, what to eat, and how to manage your blood sugar when you're sick. Is there anyone in particular that you would like to hear about before the very high or the very low blood sugar?
No, just tell me about the high. I don't know about the high.
Okay.
No experience in that.
Okay. Alrighty. So with the high blood sugar, which is called hyperglycemia, and it happens when your blood sugar goes too high and it stays above the normal level or goal that has been set for you by your physician. And signs of high blood sugar or hyperglycemia may be extreme thirst, frequent urination, blurred vision, hunger, dry skin, drowsiness, and slow healing sores. So you may have a sore or cut that's just taking a little bit longer to heal, and that could be a sign that you're having high blood sugar. Causes may be by eating too much food, taking too little insulin, or diabetes, your pills. Infection, illness, medicines for other illnesses can also possibly raise your blood sugars. If you aren't sick, you want to treat your high blood sugar with light exercise, if you can, and water. And if you are sick, you want to continue to take your insulin and check your blood sugars often and your temperature regularly. And you want to test your blood sugar every 4 hours. Okay? And so you should call your doctor when your blood sugar stays above 180, and you're unable to keep solids or liquids down. Okay? So you want to make sure that you let your doctor know that you're experiencing that. And if you're unable to eat normal foods, you can try to eat things like a cup of clear broth, a half a cup of regular gelatin, or a half a popsicle. Those are things that can help you continue to keep nutrition coming in.
What about oatmeal?
Well, that's if you can take that in. But if those are in cases where if you're not able to eat the normal solid foods.
Okay.
So, yes. And then you want to make sure that you test for your ketones if it stays above 240. If your blood sugar goes higher than 240, because if left untreated, it can lead to two severe conditions, and one of those is ketoacidosis, which could require hospitalization and could also cause death. So when it stays too high, you want to make sure that you're monitoring it. Okay. And so the opposite of the hyperglycemia is the hypoglycemia, which you said you have experienced. And so we won't go too much over that because you were able to let me know which things you could take in cases of that. So I just wanted to go over the causes: too much insulin or your oral medication, stress, increased activity, and not eating enough can cause your blood sugar to drop too low. And hypoglycemia happens when it falls below 70. But you said even around the 90s, it kind of for me, it makes you feel a certain kind of way. And signs of that may be shaking, a rapid heartbeat, sweating, dizziness, weakness and fatigue, or blurred vision. Those can be signs that your blood sugar have gone too low. And so there's one thing you want to do. You mentioned the orange juice, but you want to try to follow what's called the 15-15 rule.
Yes.
Where, you take in the 15 grams of carbohydrates, you wait 15 minutes, and then you take another 15 grams. Well, you test your blood sugar after that initial 15 grams of carbohydrates. If it's still too low, you want to take in another 15 grams and wait the 15 minutes and then test again.
That's the 15-15 rule.
Yes, that is called the 15-15 rule. And so in addition to the orange juice and glucose tablets that you mentioned, 3 to 5 peppermints can help. A half a can of regular soda, and I think you've mentioned milk, as well as 5 to 8 lifesavers. And so the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to eat pizza or chocolate cake or other foods that are high in fat, because they digest slowly, so they won't really treat your low blood sugar.
Immediate problem,
Exactly. Yeah. And you should call your doctor or emergency help when your blood sugar stays below 70. When it stays too low, you want to make sure that you call someone. And kind of what you mentioned, the nighttime hypoglycemia, when your blood sugar goes low when you're sleeping. And this may seem a little bit scary when you wake up sweating and shaking, but you can try to eat a bedtime snack of oatmeal or dried fruit and check your blood sugar at 3. And one other thing with both of these is you want to make sure that you include family, friends, and others that are around you in your emergency plan so that they can help assist you if needed. Okay. And so how do you manage your blood sugar while you're sick?
I don't get sick.
Okay. Alrighty. So is it okay if I go over with you a few things about what you can do when you're sick?
Sure.
Okay, so even when you're sick, you want to make sure that you continue to manage your diabetes. Okay. So an illness such as the cold or flu or infection can cause, that results in nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea, can cause your blood sugar to increase. So during that time, you want to make sure that you test your blood sugars 2 to 4 hours when you're sick. And testing for ketones every 4 hours is recommended. And it's important that you eat the same amount of carbohydrates that you would normally eat. And if you can't, it's good to try to take in liquids and soft foods that give you the same amount of carbohydrates that you need.
Okay.
You have any questions?
No, you made everything very clear.
Okay.
Thank you.
So to summarize, you've been doing pretty well with your medication adherence right now, especially with your metformin, and you've been working with the center to try to get your insulin pen so that you can continue your insulin medication. And when it comes to you meeting the doctor's recommendation for your blood sugar monitoring, you're doing that. You're testing it 3 times a day. And you've already overcome the barriers with medication adherence with using the auto refill through your pharmacy to make sure that you're getting your pills. And we've talked about the seriousness of very high and very low blood sugars, and you were able to tell me some of the things you've done to help address your low blood sugars. And you said that you've experienced the low, and so we talked about the high and things that you can do
That's
there.
right.
Did I miss anything?
You didn't miss a thing.
Okay, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about or any information you may need?
I just want to say how glad I am that I'm in this program and that you are an existent program.
Well, thank
and
you.
more people should know about it.
Thank you. Thank you. So that leads to, so tell me, what do you like about the iAdapt project?
That you have your own personal person who's genuinely interested in you and give you follow-up.
Okay. Is there anything that you would change about the project?
Not at this point, I wouldn't.
Okay. Do you enjoy having your own personal community health worker?
Very much so.
Okay.
Very much so.
All right. And how has your community health worker helped you?
It helped me to understand the seriousness of my condition, prevention, and she helps me with research as well.
Righty. And is there anything else that you would like to say about the project?
I'm just glad it's in existence.
Okay.
And I'm glad that I was chosen to be a part of it.
Wonderful. Well, Ms. Jacobs, once again, I want to thank you for taking the time out to speak with me today. And we will be back in touch with each other on next month to do our next session.
Great.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Me too.
Okay.